Your spear arm is raised. The gazelle is 20 feet away, drinking, its throat moving slowly in the early light. Your body knows exactly what to do. It has done this 100 times. Muscle memory older than language. The angle is clean. The wind is behind you. Every condition hunters pray for is present. You lower your spear, but we need to go back, before the choice, before the morning that confused everything, back to when the world still made sense, 300,000 years ago. East African savanna. Your tribe is 19 people. You know each one by the sound of their footsteps on dry ground. Your father, the chief's right hand, a hunter since before you could walk. Your mother, who reads weather in the way birds sit on branches. The old man with the scarred shoulder, who has survived more than anyone can explain. And Kael. Kael is your age, and he is about your height, but built like the savannah, made him on purpose. Faster than you, throws harder than you. His spear never comes back clean. The tribe looks at him the way they look at fire. They always felt grateful and a little afraid, but certain they need it. You and Kael have hunted together since you were old enough to hold a sharpened stick. He is the one who kills. You are the one who finds. You read the ground the way your mother reads the sky. Footprints, broken grass, the direction of disturbed dust. You find the animal. Kael ends it. That is how it works. Has always worked. You trust each other the way you trust the direction of rivers. The hunt before the refusal. You tracked a wildebeest herd for 2 days. When Kael's spear took the lead animal down, the herd didn't scatter. They gathered, stood in a loose circle around the fallen animal, making sounds low in their throats. You had heard those sounds before. You had never listened to them. You stood there longer than you should have. Kael called your name. You didn't move. The herd eventually walked away, heads low, heavy. You filed it somewhere in the back of your mind. A stone that didn't fit anywhere. Something to forget. You didn't forget. 2 weeks later, the gazelle at the water, the clean shot, your arm raised, and something in your chest simply stops. Not fear, not hesitation. Something quieter and more final than both. Your arm comes down. The gazelle lifts its head, looks directly at you, not with fear, but with something you have no word for. Then it walks away, slow, unbothered. You stand there until it disappears into the grass. You return to camp at midday, empty-handed. Kael is already back. He looks at your spear, clean, unbloodied, then at your face. He doesn't speak. The others aren't as quiet. Your father's jaw tightens like a fist closing. The chief's eyes settle on you with something heavier than anger. Anger would have been easier. That night you eat from what the others brought back. The food is the same food you have eaten your whole life. It tastes different now. Nobody asks what happened. Empty hands say everything. The next hunt, you lower your spear again. And the day after, 3 times in 2 weeks. Clean shots, close range, good conditions. Every time, something in your chest refuses before your mind can argue. You come back empty-handed, like a man returning from a place nobody else can see. The tribe's patience is measured in meals. You watch it happen in small, specific ways. The old man with the scarred shoulder stops making space for you at the fire. The younger hunters walk past you without looking up. Your mother watches you from across the camp, the way she watches clouds that might mean nothing or might mean everything. Your father stops saying your name. Kael covers for you twice, goes back out alone after failed hunts, returns with just enough. He doesn't explain to the others. He doesn't ask you to explain to him, but one evening he sits beside you at the edge of camp, away from the fire, and says the only thing that matters. They're starting to say you're broken. Are you? You don't answer. He nods slowly, gets up and goes to sleep. He's the only person in the camp who still sits beside you. You don't know what to do with that, so you hold it quietly and say nothing. Your chief removes you from the hunting party on the 12th day. Not as punishment, explained as practical. You slow them down. You are reassigned to camp duties, gathering, carrying water, the work given to those the tribe has quietly stopped counting on. Your father is at the meeting when the chief decides. He says nothing in your defense. You watch his hands, how tightly he holds his spear when he looks at you. With no hunting duties, you begin walking further from camp than purpose requires. Hunters move through the landscape searching for animals. You move through it looking at everything else. You start noticing things that have always been there, unseen because nobody was standing still long enough to see them. Certain plants grow back in the same patches each season. Seeds fall, and months later, something rises from exactly that spot. The land has a memory. It repeats itself if you let it. You start testing, pressing seeds into loose soil near water, coming back, waiting. Something grows where you put it. Small, fragile, barely enough. But there, exactly where you chose, which has never happened before in the history of your understanding. The dry season arrives hard. The game moves north, following rain that didn't come here. Hunters return with less every day. Children grow quiet in the way children get quiet when adults are scared. Your sister's youngest stops playing. Your father looks older in a single week. You go to your patch. You bring back what you have. Not enough for everyone, but enough to prove something nobody asked you to prove. You lay it in front of your chief without a word. He looks at it for a long time, then he looks at you. Where did you get this? You point east, into the land nobody hunts, the land you have been walking alone for months. Something shifts in his face, not respect, not understanding, just the slow, reluctant creak of a door that wasn't supposed to open. The tribe follows you east the next morning. They eat from what you grew. They don't celebrate it. They treat it the way they treat a water source, useful, impersonal. Your chief tells you to grow more. It is not gratitude. It is a directive. You are now the person who feeds the tribe in the seasons when the land refuses to give. There is no word for what you are yet. The word won't exist for thousands of years. Kael still hunts, still the best. But some evenings he walks with you along the growing patch, watching how you read the soil, how you choose where to press the seeds, and where to leave the ground alone. He never helps, never plants, but he watches with the same expression he had the day you lowered your spear, like he's trying to understand something that lives just outside the edge of his language. The tribe depends on what you grow through 2 dry seasons. The children eat because of you. But at every fire, the hunters are the ones with stories. Their kills have names, distances, drama. Your harvest has numbers, portions, weight. Nobody tells the story of the seed. They tell the story of the spear. Kael dies on a hunt in the 3rd year. A buffalo. Fast. The tribe mourns loudly. Songs, rituals, 3 days of ceremony. He is buried with his spear across his chest and his trophies arranged around him. You stand at the edge of the gathering and say nothing. That night, alone, you go to the growing patch and press seeds into the ground in the spot where the morning light hits first. You don't know what you're doing. You do it anyway. You give him the only thing you ever knew how to give, something that would grow. You become an elder without category, not a hunter, not a warrior, not a healer, something the tribe has no ceremony for. The young hunters still look past you at the fire. They have eaten from your land their entire lives without once connecting the food to your hands. On the last night of your life, you hold 2 things, your original spear, kept for decades, never used, and a handful of seeds from the first crop that fed the tribe through this dry season. You hold them both in the dark. The spear's heavier than you remember. You carried it for years and used it for nothing. You kept it anyway, as proof that you knew how, as proof that you chose differently. You die in the growing season. The tribe is fed. Nobody marks it as connected. The hunters became warriors. The warriors became chiefs. The chiefs became kings. History wrote their names in stone and called it civilization. But somewhere between the first raid and the first empire, someone had to feed the people doing the conquering, and the one who fed them was the one who put down the spear. History called it weakness. It built everything. The hunters raised the walls. The farmer grew everything inside them. Nobody will carve a statue of the first seed, but every civilization that ever existed grew from one.